Look at that. We're live. Hi, everyone.
Oh,
We're even
my.
on the right channel. I almost put us on Goodman Games again. Not in time.
Oh, that would be great to run this game on Goodman Games, Chuck.
They love it. They love it. I want you to keep it PG-13, but I want you to explain in detail your communal shits.
It's communal pooping, I suppose. We have
okay.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Communal
tone it down
twos,
here.
something.
Communal
twos.
deuces.
There we go. That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome everyone to the goddamn show. We're gonna play some Thunder Rift using Fantasy Age system. This is season 2. And last session you all jumped in a hole and we're heading down some tunnels. So that's what we're gonna do today. But I guess before we do that, let's do. I have us on the wrong. See, I'm making all the mistakes today. No, I said no map. There we go. We don't need a map right now.
There's a map.
Yeah, we don't need a map right now. Anyway, I don't fucking know. Let's do introductions and get into this shit. Jeff, who are you playing?
Saxons and Danes, my name is Bulreg, son of Bulreg. I am an orc warrior of some modest renown. I am not the greatest warrior in our party, but I am more than average, I think. I am from the Orc Shithills in the Thunder Rift, and I have brought my compatriots down here to meet, well, my people, and hopefully my mother, if time permits. For she is very lonely since my father passed, and I have a feeling she would much enjoy the sense of humor of Luath.
So, yeah. And let's just keep that rolling. Jeremy, who you playing?
Wait, and I got something in my throat ever since I came to these shithills. But you know what? I thought I would hate it, but like they had this coffee place and cats, and I didn't hate it. And I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm going senile or something. Because I don't want him to die, and maybe his mom's a real nice lady. I don't know. Like he's a good guy. He's weird, but he's a nice guy. So that probably comes. And anyways, yeah, I don't want to say too much about him because he's 10 freaking feet tall. So I'm just gonna let it go with that.
Sure. All right, John.
Yeah, I'm Brawl, the dragon person, the Drac, and yeah, I'm just here checking out the orc shithills. I'm not from around these parts, so I've got a lot to learn. But there's these evil yams to deal with, so I'm down for that.
Cool. Bart.
I am playing Bohai, devoted to the one who was fully expecting to find out that Bulreg was some kind of escaped mental patient when we got here. I'm surprised to find out the cultural references are correct.
They are. People know him.
Me too.
Yeah. Don't worry. I thought long and hard about this, last session, and I got it figured out. And
Both ways would be fun.
What's
Both
that?
ways would be fun. Both ways would be fun.
Yeah.
For everything being true and then everything not being true.
Yeah.
Both ways. A lot of fun there.
Either one is good.
Yeah.
And Dan.
Bart is my character for this game, and I think he's just doing what he believes people want him to do at this point.
He's a master tactician.
That's what he's being led to believe. Helped by his best.
Yeah. So yeah, last session, you all were in a coffee shop. All of a sudden, sinkhole opened up. Yambies and a Vininator and a bunch of tentacle vines came up. You all defeated them, saved the patrons of the coffee shop, and decided that you were just going to go for it. Delve in. There was, essentially 2 tunnels in this. One of them relatively bare, but the other one was very thickly vined and everything. And that's kind of the direction you decided to go. Follow the vines, hopefully get back to its source or something like that. And yeah, that's exactly where we're picking up. So, who would be the one leading this expedition?
I can go first. I got a light source.
Yeah, why don't you give me a perception test?
I can do that.
10? I'll take a 10. Not great. It's not terrible. It meanders, it crosses with other trails. You think you get off the main track that you're wanting to follow for a little bit, so it takes you a few hours. But the thing that's really kind of probably catching you is that you're kind of expecting resistance down here. And there's none of it. It's very... Lots of vines, no creatures, no nothing, no obstacles. Very large tunnel, and it gets wider and wider the deeper you go, and taller.
I'm gonna look behind us just to see if there's anything happening with the vines behind us, if they're like closing in.
Sure, give me another perception test.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no. Your passage here is getting you absolutely no reaction. Eventually, further down this tunnel, there's light. And as you move closer and closer, it gets brighter. And Bulric, you can tell, like, immediately the smell. It smells like the shithills. Like, it's getting stronger.
I have been stealing from them.
And eventually you kind of come up and it opens up into this huge cavern. I mean, monstrously huge. And looking up, you can see there's like these like magical orbs of like light, like these intensely bright lights just floating all over. And it's like as bright as, a summer day at noon, just very bright. And looking at the ground, you can see it's been evened out. You can see dirt, and you can just see rows and rows and rows of plants. They've turned it into this huge underground farm, essentially. And that's these vines from these plants. Some of the larger ones are the ones that are crawling up the walls, crawling down these tunnels. Looking down, you see a handful of passages here and there cutting in and out of this giant cavern. You're kind of up a little bit on this slope going down, and you can look and you can see they've made this slope out of packed dirt. You're guessing from like the smell and the texture of it. It's dirt that they took out from underneath the shit hills. But yeah, just this huge farm.
Could they go there and steal their shit like this?
This is an outrage. They have stolen our shit.
I'm gonna check out the spheres of light. Are those like
they're like 20 feet
solid?
up above ground level? I mean, they're up there.
Ulrich, I just have a simple question I'm a little puzzled about. Is there a way did you tell the provenance of a pile of crap?
Well, yes, of course I can. I have excellent smelling, and usually I can distinguish between one scent and another, and if all else fails, there is the tasting proposition. Now, in truth, I would prefer not to, but I can do that. But if I might, Master GM, might I roll a smelling test if I can distinguish?
Absolutely.
I actually have smelling, so it's very.
I knew either you or Luaith had it. One of you has smelling, the other one has sight.
19 with 6 stun points.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. So
It's like story writes itself with Bullrich.
It does. It really does.
He doesn't fail. That's what the story is.
So
Not when it's important.
that is exactly correct, Melissa. Bullrig smells the shit out of that shit.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you spent a very long time in the shit hills. You have been all over it. You've, like you mentioned earlier, you've farmed here. You've helped raise these beetles. And it's a very particular pungent kind of smell. Because once again, not so much now, but more so in the past, the shit hills was just the communal dumping ground for the entirety of the rift, and that carried on for centuries. The older and the deeper the shit gets, the less pungent it smells. It's got more of that earthy, loamy kind of scent to it, but it's still unmistakable. I mean, it smells like home. Like,
Yes.
Going to grandma's house. You never forget that smell.
Yes. When I visited my grandmother's house, there is often surprise shit on the ground. When we opened the door, we thought at first she was just happy to see us, but she was actually quite ill. And he kind of trails off. But I'm sorry, Bohai. As I was saying, it is choked up a bit. The shit does seem to be older. Pardon me. And then he explains.
Yes. So yeah, there's no doubt. No doubt. Brawl, you were going to kind of investigate these orbs of light.
Yeah.
I want an intelligence test. Any kind of magical kind of focus would really hone in on that.
Yeah, that's not my thing. But I got intelligence.
10.
Yeah.
10's not going to quite cut it. You definitely, I mean, no doubt, magical in form, maybe large magical insects. You don't know. You don't see anything suspending them.
Can I like toss like a rock or something? I just want to see if it's like solid or if it's
passes right through it.
All right. Hey, Bohai.
It does feel like it is kind of giving off some warmth as well.
What do you make of those?
I don't know, GM. What do I make of those?
Same thing. Intelligence-based test. If you have any kind of magical focuses, that would come into play here.
Well, I do. Are you looking for a particular kind of magical focus?
I've
got I've got a focus in.
Let's go with lightning. Oh, no, just Arcana.
I have a focus in lightning.
Yeah, let's just go with Arcana. I was looking at your character sheet to figure out which one I wanted. Yeah.
All right. That's without the bonus. So
okay, so that would be
4.
another 2 with the bonus. 15 will get it. This is you've seen this, a basic spell, just creating a mote of light. Usually it follows someone around. It seems like someone's really put a lot of energy, so it's someone with a lot of magical potential or someone who's very learned to create such not only strong, very intense versions of this spell, but also to give it like permanency, to remain here, because usually those spells, like, very much they just follow the person, whoever cast it or whoever you cast it on. So a very basic spell cast in a masterful way.
Yes, I explain all this.
Yeah.
Masterful casting. Excellent.
Have we ever seen yams do spellcasting?
I don't think so.
Well,
We've
they
seen
have
that
cast
illusion stuff.
through things that they've controlled, I think.
Yeah.
I think we've seen that.
So maybe there's something like that here.
In this
There is
garden.
something
Okay.
natural about these things. So perhaps there is more that we have not seen.
Yes.
Right. My other idea is like, we had those weird, like, giant yam pod things that were big enough to hold us in. Is that kind of what's looking like here? Is it looking more like some mundane plantation, so to speak?
Nothing that massive. Now, a lot of the plants here do look relatively young, but you see smaller signs because you fought the smaller yam, just pure yam creatures. Before you see smaller versions of those, still very much think like fetal, not developed enough to do anything. You also see younger, smaller versions of the Vinerator kind of creatures. They do have some movement, like when you kind of pass by them, they kind of like reach out towards you, but they're small and ineffective. As you kind of move further down across this huge field, you can tell that they're getting larger, until eventually you hit a point where it looks like it had been harvested, and everything's just kind of been pulled up, and you don't know if it's been replanted or not.
Hmm.
Do they look like they've been like plucked or cut?
Neither, actually. Just giving a basic look, it really looks like, something just woke up and crawled out.
Interesting.
So how are we going to kill all of these then?
Kind of as you move to the farther end where some of the other passages are. Specifically here, I want Bullreg to give me a perception test.
Would my smelling and possibly have some sort of benefit here?
No.
Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. I'm not good at the other senses. As I said, 11. I'm thinking of Nana.
Yeah, you're kind of lost in thought. Why don't the rest of you now go ahead and give me a perception test? If you pass it, you're not going to get as much information.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Does would seeing apply?
No, specifically, I'm looking for hearing in this.
Okay, gotcha.
So it looks like Bohai did good, Bart did good, Loath did good, Brawl, you don't clear it. So you all hear from one of these side passages this clicking kind of noise. Not something you're very familiar with, but it's almost like a chittering kind of just strange noise.
Like the Beatles that we were with on the way here. That's
Maybe,
sort of clicking.
yeah, but it doesn't sound right. It's higher pitched. It's a little more frequent.
Those bastards have done something terrible to the Beatles.
Hey, Bullrig. So I know you guys got lots of the Beatles here. Are there any other like big ass bugs that?
We have plenty of other insects, of course, but nothing that gets quite the size of beetles. I think. Is that correct, Chuck?
Yeah. No, that's spot on. Yeah.
Okay.
Did they?
Well, I suppose there's only one thing to do at this point.
Well,
Go
then
find out.
kind of as the others kind of lurch you in, Bullrig, and the noise, you hear it, and it's unmistakable to you. It is the sound of very young beetles.
Ah, well, wait. You have heard a very special thing. It is a beetle. Well, I should say rather, it is a nest of them. Several, in fact.
We should check on that because they might
Yes, be very careful around them.
Well,
You cannot interact with them, or else
I'm more
bad
worried that they're
shits.
being yammed or something.
That would be my
You don't
fear.
wanna follow that
I'm-
path.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna start sneaking.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me that
That
stealth.
seems like a good
I'll
plan.
put the hood up on my cloak.
Why don't both of you go ahead and do that?
Sneak mode engage.
That's a 14 for me.
Okay. Loath got a 15. Yeah, that's plenty good. The two of you kind of cut off ahead, being very stealthy.
Sorry, I was muted. I would like to join.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Yep. So I have stealth here as well. It didn't put stealth in.
Uh,
I have stealth.
You have stealth?
Yeah.
So is that turns out to a 10 with your bonus,
Yeah.
or okay?
Yep.
Bohai, you definitely know you're not being quite as quiet as the other ones. Maybe you hang back a little bit, just a little
If
ways.
I can tell, then yes.
Yeah, it's obvious. These tunnels, they're wide. They seem to be relatively freshly cut. You're just picking a few wrong spots. But as you all kind of move in with Luath and Brawl in the lead, you come to another cave, nowhere near as brightly lit, but it seems to be like a stable area. Like they got portions of it fenced off. And you see in one portion, there's 4 or 5 small versions of these beetles that you were familiar with. Now, small as in, on an average height man, maybe waist high. But the thing that really catches you here is their coloration is weird. Then rather than these dark black kind of carapace, this exoskeleton with that green kind of sheen throughout of it, these things are almost like a matte brown. And you see these like veins of like orange cutting through it. But eventually you kind of see that. Are you going to report that back to those that didn't sneak, or those who didn't sneak? Are you just following further back?
You better go tell him. You're a little faster, Luath.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll keep an eye on it.
It is just Bart and I in the back. Is that what this is? The rest of them snuck up?
Yeah.
The rest of them snuck ahead. Yeah.
I will be doing whatever it is my commander suggests. If we follow at a distance or if we wait, I will do what he says.
So, Bart?
I figure follow at a distance. Okay. Doesn't do any good to be too far away from each other.
Sure. Yeah. Eventually,
so
you all
we're all strung out. I'm kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, Luath, you cut back. Everyone joins back up. And yeah, this is an underground beetle stable. Large. And Bullrig, once again, this is something you've got personal experience in, so I'm kind of giving some things right off the bat. The signs that at least they had a good dozen beetles down here. Probably a handful of large ones in addition to these smaller ones. But yeah, like I said, like around like 6 very young beetles, maybe only a month or 2 old, but like I said, the coloration is just really weird. This matte brown with these streaks of orange. Yeah.
I am very concerned. I believe the theory that they might be yamming these beetles might be true. Could I possibly lure one over to me with my beetle luring skill?
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. Your beetle luring skill, I think that's going to fall under a communication style test.
I'm happy with that.
Maybe offer them some food.
Yeah.
Barter with them.
I don't necessarily see anything that ties in specifically with. So let's just go with communication.
Yes, little known fact. Beetles are very intelligent and they are also litigious. So if you speak to them in a very persuasive tone about law, they are more likely to come to you. So what about persuasion apply? No, okay, I'll just roll communication.
They may also sue you, I understand.
They will. Very litigious.
Why is it several of my characters somehow become lawyers? I don't understand.
They really like it when you talk legal to them.
Sure.
Oh, God.
10's good enough.
10 with 3 stunt points.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. They're a little skittish.
Come here right now. That's how I learned them. Come right now.
Yeah. Eventually, one comes over, and you can touch
alpha.
it. Yeah, it takes a little bit. You spend maybe 10, 15 minutes kind of getting it to the point where it's comfortable enough. You can give it a closer inspection, and presumably, like you do with the puppy, you gotta touch, you gotta pet. They're adorable. Like I said, these things, average man, waist high. But the thing that really catches you, when a milk beetle is very pleased when they do that drooling thing, and it's very nutritious stuff, it's all just orange and lumpy. Smells very much of yam.
Mhm.
And they be saved.
I will look over at Bart, at Luath, at Bohai, at Brawl, and I will say, this is not a beetle. This is a gam in the shape of a beetle. Philosophically, then, the question is, are we what we are on the outside? Or are we what we are on the inside?
It's yams all the way down.
I crush it in my hands then.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh man,
He is
I was so
Bohai.
worried I was gonna have to do that when you weren't looking.
Yeah, and as you do, like just this orange pulp, and it's got like where like the shell opens up to reveal like the wing, the membranes. It's just this like mess of like vine like tentacles, like green. These things are,
An abomination.
yeah, very heavily altered.
All right. Well, take some short swords over to the other ones.
Yeah.
Once again,
Short sword as
they're
well.
young. I'm not going to make you all roll anything. It does take a little while because they are very skittish, so you kind of have to work together to kind of get them herded in a place where you can hit them, unless you're employing some kind of ranged work. But yeah,
Yeah.
eventually you get them.
It wouldn't be a Thunder Rift campaign if we didn't have at least one session where we killed a bunch of babies.
It's like we went to a petting zoo and got really violent with them. Like, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're petting them until they're dead.
I went to a zoo the pet sea once.
Oh,
Start playing
Bullhide just put
softball.
on
You were
both
there,
of his
Dan.
gauntlets and just
Yeah. You all put these beetle abominations out before they have the chance to grow into something more insidious.
So are there larger ones, you think, Bullreg, around here somewhere?
There's definitely signs of larger beetles being stored here as well, Bolrig.
It certainly seems that way. We should be on the alert. They are delightful creatures, and they will be a lifelong companion for you if you treat them well. But they are also vicious when needed. If these creatures have all of the characteristics of the beetles of the shithills, then we should be prepared.
Right.
They will smother you.
Yeah.
They will sit on you. They will stab you and rip you apart with their mandibles. They will suck down the skin off of your bones and chew it in front of you while you sit there skinless on the ground wondering what the fuck just happened. And
Okay, now this is, the coffee shop and the cats. That threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that, but this, what you describe now, that's a little bit more what I was expecting.
it only happens every so often, and only if you're a real asshole to them, You have to be a real son of a bitch. I had a cousin once. I don't anymore.
That's fair. That's
Bullreg.
fair. Sounds like your day.
how do you think they were infected? Perhaps something they ate?
That is a very good question, Bohai. I wonder. They are so insidious coming up underneath the surface. They could have brought down any at any point. We have seen so many holes around here. They could have been working their way underground for some time.
And I would
Only
like
now
to
have chosen.
cue back to what you talked to when you talked to like the mayor. He did mention that they were having trouble with the beetles. Some of them were going missing.
We should probably keep looking then.
It is the goal of yams to make all things into yams.
Yeah. So if you want to, in this area, not really any ways forward, but if you cut back to the main farm area, there are other tunnels. And as you kind of spend some time exploring, going down here, like I said, there's not really any signs of anyone else or anything else down here. The beetles were the only living thing you'd seen. Eventually it does kind of start opening up into what seems to be a large kind of underground complex. Definite signs of, sentient creatures down here existing. Yeah, and I'll point out there's three things that are really going to catch you. And let's just, let's make this random to see which one you discover first. Yeah, so the first thing you're coming across off to one side, like way off on one side of this big underground complex, you come across a monstrously huge door. And it's not that door. Which door? Not that door. That door.
Chuck has many doors prepared for us.
I've got multiple doors prepared. And it's huge, 50 feet tall, made of tightly woven vines, this giant double door. Huge. But as you're kind of inspecting it, kind of moving along one side, you can see that it's actually guarded by this creature. Maybe like 60 feet tall. It's this giant bulking behemoth, like a vinerator, just cranked up beyond belief. Thick, massive trunks for arms and legs, covered in all these like wrapping vines that are just writhing along it. It doesn't seem to notice you, or if it notices you, it's not doing anything about it. But it's just kind of every now and then just moves from one side of the door and then walks across the front of it to the other side, very much in a guard-like pattern. And given the size of this door, it would probably take a creature like this to really get it opened, with as huge as those doors are.
Any sign of yam infestation?
So the door looks like it's made of these yam vines. I want to switch this. I do need to adjust these two. No. Those two. Okay. That way the stream can kind of see what we're talking
I will
about.
take on the creature, and the rest of you figure out a way to open the door. We'll see which one of us finishes quicker.
Maybe let's see some other things first.
I saw a giant thing. I want to smash it.
I get that. I respect it. Even.
Why a doorway? A doorway is a threshold. We have a guardian. It's obviously the size of the doorway, but why would one make a doorway so large? What are they expecting to move through?
Indeed.
Good question.
The question I have is this doorway here because, and Bohai's questions I think are true, but is something coming out of it? Or is something going into it? And if something is coming out of it, well, it is very large.
Can we see any sign of a trail or tracks on the ground, either direction?
So by the doorway, without getting too close to this behemoth, just the tracks of this thing moving back and forth occasionally in front of the door. It's kind of hard to tell if anything else had moved through this giant behemoth, might have disrupted it, or it could just be, this thing's so large, tracks of a normal man walking by this thing would be almost negligible to find unless you were really up in that area.
Yeah.
Perhaps we have it all wrong, and he's simply a doorman here to hold the door open for us and not some kind of threshold guardian. Someone flip him some coins and let's see if he takes it.
A giant yam motel is what you're saying?
I have a coin, I think.
Mm.
For him
Perhaps
to
we can
meet us.
bargain our way for entry.
Doesn't look like the talking type, I gotta say.
I'm worried that we ain't getting nothing that he's wanting.
Let's
Then I will smash it.
let's get some reconnaissance on the rest of the area first.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that door is probably gonna be a real son of a bitch to open. But maybe, and I'm not saying I like this idea, but one of us does something incredibly stupid, like, get between it and the door, bait it into swinging at us, have it hit the door, and then we don't fucking fight it. We just bait it into hitting the door and opening it, and then we just run.
Do you think you can outpace something with legs that large?
Maybe. I got
Depends
a
on
pace
how
of
fast it
17,
moves.
and I've got a specialty in running.
I have not those things.
Now, the doorway is made of vines, right?
Yeah.
We could just burn it.
That's true.
And
That
they
might take a
do,
while,
there's
but-
some greenage on the exterior, but kind of like giving a hard look at it, you can see like it's made of vines, layers and layers as they get older, deeper in the door. You can see a lot of brown in there. So maybe the new growth is all on the exterior. So that could be a possibility as you're kind of running that thought through your head.
Imagine that would take quite some time.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always start a fire and go wander off and do other things.
I could always hurl a lightning bolt at it and see what happens.
You could. I think it would probably come to Inspector that lightning bolt came from, so
That means its
I
back is to us.
I could
Yeah.
challenge it to an honorable duel among combatants.
you could. Is there more of this area to see there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around the rest of the area. Let's see what else is there.
Yeah,
Sure.
not completely along just this path yet, but
If you all move on from this, start exploring a little more. The next thing you come across is my son's making a lot of noise. I don't know if that's coming through. He's having a blast. You find a small tunnel, very well reinforced off to the side. And if you kind of follow it for a while, it comes into like a prison. And they've got actual cells in it, this big circular room with all of these cells lining the wall, made with actual steel,
oh,
with these big locks. And as you're kind of looking around, there's 12 cells altogether. And the 6 kind of on the left, you can see each one of them holds one of these yambies in it. And the 6 on the right, each has a skeleton in it. And they're all moving around, standing. And as you all kind of enter, the skeletons start kind of like crying out for help. Like, hey, help us, get us out of here.
sure. But what the heck's been going on?
I don't know. They made us skeletons, and they made those skeletons into those monsters. It's
You are skeletons before?
no, we're regular people. We just woke up one morning or one day, or I don't know even what time it is anymore. Woke up in these cells, and then this weird looking guy came in hauling this big metal thing, and he opened up the side of it, and it had this hot light, and those skeletons over there turned into monsters, and then we turned into skeletons. You got to get us out of here.
Wait. Are you secret yams? You have to tell us if you are.
No, we're not.
That's the law.
I don't think it is, but I would be okay if it was, because we're not.
Do I see any keys in this room?
Looking around, no.
All right. I'm gonna. I'll pull up my lockpicks. I'm like, you want me to give it a shot?
Oh, please do. And while you're at it, I'm sure I've got some pamphlets or some literature here about the newly defleshed that they might be interested in. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine. You spend some time moving from each of the skeleton cages and you let them out. They're very grateful. You know, you get some hugs, some thank yous. I don't know how long we've been down here. It's just so long, and they were just feeding us potatoes, and then they wouldn't talk to us. And then just one day that guy came in with the weird metal thing.
You say a guy.
Chuck, those flesh kits that we have,
Yeah.
you describe them as having more than one like body type in them.
Yeah, there's a whole slew of different.
Tell me, newly acquired friend, are you happy with being newly defleshed? We might have something that you can try, and I'd be very interested to see if you really are of the skeleton folk or something else entirely. I have these skin suits, you see. Now, it won't be exactly like you're used to, but we have a wide variety here. Just
I don't. So they're more like these special kind of machines. Like you set what you want it to do, you stand on a little part of it, and then just all of a sudden, like you grow muscle and organs and flesh. Yeah.
So my idea is to test if they actually are skeleton people now, or if there's something like different.
Yeah, you can. They will be like, no, we weren't skeletons. We were just regular people. We're all from the metro.
Okay, that was giving me my question. Was were they orcs from this area, or are they from somewhere else?
No, we were all from the metro. So it looks like you've got 2 of these refleshing kits left, and each one just has one use on it.
Okay.
Do you want to flesh one of them?
Well, it's just a theory I have. We don't. What do you folks think?
Well, we don't
Should
want to
we-
be skeletons anymore. We want to go back to
So
being regular people.
you're willing to risk this life that you have now? Because I'll be honest, you might die completely and not just be defleshed. It's not a bad life. Have a pamphlet.
The one? Oh, I've read about the one before.
But if you want to risk it, I'm willing to.
One of them will take it. They're in a very desperate situation. One of them will take it. So yeah, if you set the machine up and you have them get on it, it refleshes them.
It works.
It worked.
Then there's a device that are creating more of our kind, Bart.
It's kind of concerning.
Indeed.
Now, I think
So,
Bohai, you had information on this. You knew that the skeletons in that submarine were working on a kind of specialty weapon that's like a bomb that could skeletonize a lot of people.
But now we have proof that they actually are, they become us and not just become, some random undead.
Yeah, but it seems they also go right on past and become yams.
Well, that might be like a whole separate thing, though. I feel like
maybe they
you
can't.
get the USSR tech, and then you've got the Yam nonsense.
Maybe it's that modified by the yams.
Right. What I'm thinking is maybe they can't modify like meat and flesh, but they can modify and take control of skeletons. So defleshing them gives them access.
And those 6 over there, still in the cages, they were skeletons. Like they were talking to us and everything. They didn't know what happened either. And it's the same thing. He opened the side of this weird metal thing, and it turned them into those monsters. At the same time, it turned us into these skeletons.
Can you describe the he and keep referencing?
Yeah, it was like a man, but like his skin was made of like potato skin, and like he had bits of orange like showing through it. He had like this like white lab coat kind of thing and these big weird goggles on.
Unlike anything we've seen.
I hate scientists.
We have seen the potato skin orange thing person, but not one with goggles or lab coat. Sounds like it is one of these yummy thingies, but you know, a smart one.
Higher form.
You said that device was hot. It gave off heat,
Yeah.
much like what we found in the north within this submarine thingy. Forget the name of it.
Yeah.
Perhaps that is in. Oh, and also we have these growing vines of significant lusciousness. Lushness?
Oh.
Lushness. Something like that.
But after he did the thing and we changed, you know, like he watched us for a while. And he did say, is it something like the kid will be happy about this or something? And that the operation was ready to go?
It is Golden Child again, I assume.
It's like it.
Yeah, that's what they said, the child.
Which way did he go?
Well, we could only see in this room, like they came in the same way you came in and they went out the same way we're all going to have to go out.
Damn.
I mean, if someone's got a name like Golden Child, that seems like the sort of guy that you build a big special door for.
Maybe.
All right. I have perhaps a dumb idea for us all.
There
What
is
if we
no
were
such
to-
thing as a dumb idea from you, Commander.
What if
The
we were
rest
to
of them, yes, but not from you.
What if we were to disguise ourselves like the yams? Try to go through the gate.
We could go back and we could go take all the little baby yams back there, smush them up, rub
Smush
them all
'em up.
over ourselves.
Just like what they did in that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Cover ourselves with the corpses of their dead. They're dead
There you
young.
go.
That's even better.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So we'll blend right in with them.
But it will
Yeah,
only
I'm
work
sure.
once. And we will forget about the strategy for the next 9 years and never use it again.
Yeah.
Probably yes. A good strategy is only good the first time.
It's true.
Well, I'm not saying I'm crazy about it, but I think you're right. So let's go. Let's go smear their babies all over our faces.
All right.
It's worth proposing just for the dialogue that came out
Just
of
want
it.
to, I just
Oddly,
want to
that's not the first
clarify.
time I've heard that phrase.
They were young beetle babies, right?
They were
That's what
young.
we left.
Yeah.
Right.
But back behind it, there was the field.
Oh, all over in the fields too.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
yeah.
right. There
Yeah.
are those two.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, we needed to kill him anyways.
it's true.
yeah.
No, absolutely.
Although I do worry that
Genocide
if
is
we
the only
start
option.
disrupting that might draw attention.
Mm.
Listen, we're going
It
to
just
have to
seems-
decide on a course of action very
There's-
quickly.
Well-
I'm going to go hit that thing with the sledgehammer.
There was
I
a lot of
realize
beetles. All the yam beetles, they are pretty big. That should be enough for us to coat ourselves.
Okay, so run me through the plan again.
We take all the goop from the dead yam beetles, and those were like big waist high beetles, right? That should give us enough yam goop to cover ourselves pretty good, right?
What if we kind of wore their exoskeletons and
Yeah.
we went on all fours? We just kind of tried to appear as beetles, baby beetles that have escaped their pen, wandering around.
I don't.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and smother myself with this stuff, and I'm going to go see if I can get past this big guy or whatever. And
Yeah,
if it doesn't work, then we're just going to smash it.
that's okay.
All right.
Gotta cover ourselves in beetle juice.
Yes, of course. Beetle.
Beetlejuice.
Just roll
Beetlejuice.
around in it.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Get it
going
all
to
up in there.
I'm going to throw out one more thing as you all were exploring this area. I just started talking about this first, but there was another thing that you also saw in this exploration, and it was a very large area that led into a large tunnel and signs of relatively recent tracks. Looks like people walking and a cart. And Bullreg, you would see signs of larger beetle tracks as well. All kind of heading into this big tunnel as well. So,
Okay, before we rub beetle juice on our skin, which, by the way, is actually very good for your skin, but with another conversation, we should maybe investigate this third path. There seems to be large beetles in this direction. There might be others as well. People we might be able to harm to get information from.
Could also
That's
be the
logical.
adult yammed versions of these insects as well. These
Oh,
beetles.
undoubtedly, yes. I think a true dung beetle would never let itself have. No, they are too noble.
All right, well, let's go check this out.
okay.
All right.
If you're going to check this out, following down this tunnel, huge tunnel, maybe half hour, and these tracks are steady. Just, you never lose them, always there. And like I said, these deep, kind of like you can tell it's very much a wagon or something being pulled. These two side by side, very clean kind of wheel ruts. And eventually, kind of off in the distance, you can see the sign of light. You can tell the light's kind of bobbing around, but moving forward still. You can hear the creak of, like I said, these wheels. You'll also hear the slight clattering of those of you who have done any military service. So Bart, I'm looking at you specifically here. The sound of people walking in heavy armor.
May be in danger. Would it be possible to take like a guess at how many people?
I want a perception-based test.
Real approximate.
Perception-based test. From where you're at, you're going to be working off. You know, if you got perception, I'll take seeing or hearing. Probably not smell.
Eh.
14. You're guessing it sounds like at least 5, maybe 6 people, soldiers, it sounds like, walking in this, trudging along in heavy armor. You've heard the sound of a march before. And the squeaking of wheels.
Perhaps we ambush them, or you ambush them in this situation.
I mean, I was already halfway through a facial before we switched plans, so.
You know, it's good for the skin.
Let's do it.
That nice beetle nectar.
It's kind of like a weird, like really terrible war paint at this point.
All right, so if you want to ambush them, how are y'all doing this? They are a ways ahead of you, but it definitely seems like they're moving slower than you.
We could.
Are they moving towards us or away from us?
You're following them. So they're moving away from you, and you're following behind them.
So we could have some people a little further ahead and someone makes some noise. They come this way, and then we've got them on the sides.
Yes.
That sounds good to me.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
I will be bait. They
Okay.
come to me, and then all of you poop you, whatever it is you do.
Or you could just, yeah, I think Louis could make a nice distraction.
So mechanically
make an
speaking,
entrance.
Yeah.
I mean, like if we lure them from a distance, I have to waste a whole round getting to them. So that's why Bullreg would be like, "Hello, come fight me."
Mhm.
Oh, drawing them in.
Yeah, then they can come to us
Yeah.
instead.
We could be
I was thinking if we could set you up ahead and then have Louis draw them back, and then you get them as they come back. But
That would be a stealth test, and I don't know if that's
Yeah.
a Bullreg
Come on!
thing. That's a.
Okay.
I don't know.
fair.
I never roll
Well-
stealth for a reason.
Most everyone else can roll stealth except for me and Bulric.
Yes, we are warriors. We do not stealth.
Yes.
Not intentionally, anyway.
Well, maybe a couple of us can, we can wing out Brawl, and we'll let Bullreg do what Bullreg does, and
All right. So the scale's not exact here.
The main goal is to have them come
my
to us
immersion is ruined.
first.
Oh, yes. I will lure them to me with my silvery tongue.
So yeah, Bullrig, you move up. They luckily don't notice you with all the racket they're making. But you get relatively, I don't know how close you want to get. But you kind of move up where now if you shout, there's no doubt that they can hear you.
Yes. I will say, excuse me, pardon me. I am looking for my lost dung beetle. Perhaps you have seen it? Hello, friends?
As you shout this out, you're looking, you get close enough, you can really see it's this large wagon pulled by 5 of these strange looking dung beetles, very much adult sized, with this kind of matte brown with the orange streaking, and setting in the kind of like this driver's position with the reins. You see this odd looking kind of person. And then as you shout out, 6 soldiers, very much. Did I not? I got an image for these soldiers too.
Cool. I mean, obviously he's a monster, but I want that to be my next character.
He looks so distinguished.
He does. He's very distinguished.
He's
Like creepy, but also
I can't
very
tell
cool.
if it's like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a lab coat, but part of he's like, it's like half lab coat, half tracksuit.
Kind of,
I
yeah.
like that concept. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it definitely made me
these-
think of like a Star Trek sort of vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Yeah.
6 armored
Oh god.
yam-looking
Potato
creatures
knights.
start falling
my.
back
Oh my god.
into kind of like a defensive position around the back of the wagon.
good.
Oh, fellow warriors, thank you. I hope you can assist me here, and I'll just kind of my poor small. He's the greatest beetle you can never imagine. I called him Jeremy. He was a real son of a bitch, but I liked him very much. He often runs away, and I was wondering if perhaps he's made it down in here, and you've seen him. I have a photo or an image here. Let me see. And I'm just gonna do one of those like until I get nice and close, and then whack him if I can. I know it's not gonna work, but that's theoretically what I'm doing.
So yeah, we're gonna do this in opposed.
Of course, yeah.
We're gonna do. We're gonna do perception against this yam scientist, and you're gonna do your persuasion goodness.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh, that is a good roll. That is much better than mine.
they're all now. You're gonna kind of get what you want as the scientist is kind of listening, watching. Kill him.
You're going to kill my beetle? You have him though. That is partially good news. And then, well, I am sorry it came to this. And I'll bring the masher out.
Yeah. Oh, I accidentally clicked on you, Bart.
That's all right.
God, there's the dice just stop.
Oh, God dang it. I clicked on YouTube. Oh, why? Too many things are shifting.
That's fine. I'll take your roll.
Yeah, 17's good. And I'll tell you what, Bullreg, you were up here setting up for this trap as these troops start closing in clearly to attack. You did all this prep work to get close so you can open up on them. I will let you take your turn. And then we'll move into
Oh,
initiative.
great. You are very sympathetic because I rolled very low on my
You
initiative.
rolled shit, but you worked so
Just-
hard about setting this up. I would feel terrible if you don't get to do anything.
You are very kind and merciful man. I will do usual. I will charge in attack. And, you know, I will add the aim instead. That is a 20 with 5 stunt points.
Ooh,
Very nice.
Wow.
good God.
Okay.
Yeah, you charge in. 20, yeah, that hits.
I will, and none of them are like close together, right? They're all kind of fanned
They
out
were
a little
all, they
bit.
had this very much planned out kind of formation. They were marching alongside
Yeah.
this. So a couple up front, couple to the side, couple to the back. But as you kind of called out and started talking, they were slowly moving kind of back towards the back. And so right now, no, none of them are really close to each other is the answer.
Chuck, be honest with me. If I took the seize the initiative combat stunt to move to the top of the initiative order for the rest of the combat, would that be a total asshole thing to do since you gave me this free initiative?
You know, I already
You
said the
tell me.
words. I will allow it.
Okay, so I will, for 4 of those stud points, I will seize the initiative, which my attack changes the tempo of the battle. I move to the top of the initiative order. This means you may get to take another turn before some of the combatants get to act again. You remain at the top of the order until someone else seizes the initiative.
I feel like this
No
is
more
somehow
aiming.
fitting, though.
What's that?
I feel like
Yeah.
this is fitting, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is all I really can do with the like. There's really nothing for one that really does
Okay.
anything. So I'll just roll damage then.
Sure.
15 points of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Wham.
Okay, you put some hurt on him. This heavy boom as your hammer connects. Bits of like potatoes and yam and vines kind of fling off of it. It still looks very healthy and ready to fight. And now combat begins. Bullrig, you've seized the initiative.
And I will continue to attack this one. Like, oh, you are very potatoey, aren't you? Look at you. It's just pouring out of your armor. 13.
13 will hit.
Okay. No stun points, so regular damage. Just a mere
God.
21.
Still up.
Okay.
Oh, my.
All right. That's my turn.
Lois.
Wow. Man, for a big dude, you really move when you want to move. You know what? That guy is on that weird looking cart with all sorts of nonsense, and I don't know what it is. It makes me very uncomfortable. I gotta say, I mostly just want to shoot him, as awesome as he looks.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll,
He could stand to look a little less awesome.
he could stand to look a little less awesome. Does he have less than 15 dex?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, excellent. Ooh.
He said Dex. I thought he said something different.
Yeah, 16 clears, not a problem.
Okay, so I will do rapid reload, pierce armor, and maybe stay aware. Just because I'm worried about this thing that he's next to, I'll use my stay aware to be looking out for some other potential threat.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, hey, Oak, how's it going, man? Yeah, so give me that damage.
All right,
15 damage. Nice.
15 with pierce.
Your hits him hard. He kind of like stumbles back in his seat. And you can see it's taken a lot out of him. This dude does not appear to be very tough. Bohai.
How much can you move and still take a major action?
I'll let you clear, like I said, not to scale. I'll let you clear about half, which should put you in range for your spells.
Okay. Yeah, I am going to move up.
Yeah. So you got a 10 for
And-
noticing anything going on there, Jeremy?
I'm going to
Yeah.
blast
Okay.
this guy with a lightning bolt.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And hope for points this time. All right, here we go. Lightning bolt. Boom.
14, 2 points.
Oh my gosh. It's a miss, though. I need a 15.
Oh, that sucks.
What a waste. Okay.
Okay. You shoot
Ouch.
lightning. It arcs overhead. Brawl.
All right. I'm gonna use an arrow of wounding. I've got a couple of these left. I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna aim and take a shot at the guy on the cart.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
14 does
That's
clear his
decent.
defense.
All right.
And 3 points.
Okay. Is his dex less than a 2?
His dex is a 2.
Okay. So I'll get extra damage on that. But that's okay. I'll do rapid reload and I'll do a mighty blow.
Sure.
Mhm.
10 damage.
Yep.
That is going to be lethal. You plant an arrow right in this dude's forehead, and he
okay.
collapses back. You've slain him. Oh, yeah.
Well, he's less likely to do whatever things he do now.
Just put it out there. You guys are lucky you did that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, head hunch.
This dude, I want to say, Bullrig, you're close enough. He's going to charge into you.
Yes, the
and-
more the merrier.
And he's going to get a +1 bonus to his attack roll since he is doing a charge.
And he also is outnumbering, so give them bonus for that as well.
That's 1 for 1 to 2.
1, yeah, he should
Okay.
have +1 for that.
All right. And we're going to do roll modifier +2. 16 to hit with 4 points.
Yes, of course, the tits.
He is just going to do a mighty blow on you. So his damage on this. It's going to be 11 points of damage.
Okay. He will get me. He will clip me, and I will turn to him and I say, okay, respectable. You are not as useless as that man in that wagon.
Next dude up front, he's going to have to use his entire turn to clear about half, almost close enough. And that'll be his turn. Bullrig, the one that's on you, is going to swing. He is going to use the...
Probably aim and then take
Yeah.
it, so he'll get +2. Like for the outnumber
Yeah.
and aim plus was another one.
Yeah, he's going to aim then. Make sure to really bite that out. I was debating between aim or all out, but I think chance to hit's a little bit better. These guys are a little more tactically minded.
I am not difficult to hit. I'm a very big target.
15.
That
Two
is
stock
also
points.
good. Yes.
So that means he is going to deal. I'm going to do mighty blow again. 8 damage.
You are not as good as your friend. You much better. You, yeah, needs work.
Nice. This one's going to close in on you. He's going to do a charge again.
I feel so popular.
Ooh, 20 with 6 stunt points.
Oof.
That is a miss, actually.
Don't lie.
I'm just speaking it into existence.
That is going to be 16 damage.
Okay,
closes
you
in.
are first in your class. I see. Oh, that was a good one. Oh.
This one kind of same as the other. He's going to have to use his whole turn to kind of get close to you. They were farther up. And the last one, He's going to close in on you, Bohai, because you would be in range for him. He's going to charge as well. He won't get as big of a bonus because it'll be 1-on-1. Ooh, only 7 to hit. Does that clear your defense? I
No.
doubt it does. Yeah.
Nope.
Swings wild, doesn't connect. Bart?
I think since Borag is so outnumbered, I might move up there for now.
Sure, yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be able to hit the first in class, but maybe second in class.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens here.
13 does hit.
All right.
12 damage,
A little
not
bit
bad.
of damage.
You can definitely tell a good portion of that does get soaked up by armor, but you're sure that you did damage, so. Borg, it's you and Bart versus 3 of these.
Slightly out of breath because you got me good. Solar plexus shot. Very good. Excellent. Well done. I
Pat you
will.
on the back.
Oh, thank you for joining me, Bart. Now the tide is turned. Haha. The commander is here. You will all fall. I will continue to attack the one that I already did some damage to. I will aim and I will swing. Does a 15 to hit?
15 does hit.
And the damage is 17.
Does not slay it, but you can tell this dude's on his last legs.
Yes, just fall down and play dead, and perhaps we will not kill you.
Bullrig. Not Bullrig, you just went. Luis.
Sorry, I mean, given the way things are planned to go with his mother, I'm sure their coach would just name me Bullrig.
That is actually how it works, yes.
Son of a bitch. But you know what? He's a big beefy bastard. But there's another one on Bohai. I should probably shoot him.
Sure.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
All right. Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
19 with 6 stunt points. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, then I'll do. What can I get with a 4? Dual strike is when you do a second attack, right?
Second attack to another target within range.
I don't
Does
know if
that
you can do that with
Apply
range.
with range, though? You would have to
I
do a
don't know if-
rapid reload in there.
Well, I could. I have enough that I could do rapid reload, pierce,
Gotcha.
and dual strike.
If
Just
you
shoot
can,
twice.
if you got enough points for all that, then yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah. So that's
Nice.
that's what I'll do.
Okay. Give me the
So-
damage on this one. It'll be piercing.
Okay. 22.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay. Rapid reload, dual strike. You can shoot any of the other ones should be in range for your rifle.
Dual strike, you don't roll a second attack, though. You just use the attack roll from the first
Okay.
attack.
Yeah. So that.
Oh, is it lightning attack? I think lightning attack. Oh, lightning attack is the second attack. That's what I should have done.
Well, so's dual strike, but like they both do it. They just do it slightly different.
Okay. Because I would just shoot the same guy because lightning attack would let me hit the same person.
So reading lightning attack, yeah, the same enemy or different must be loaded. You did rapid reload.
Mm-hmm.
If you roll doubles on the second attack, you do not get any additional stunt points. So yeah,
That's fine.
You'll need a roll on the second one.
Okay, so yeah, I'll do that. Just make sure to get this guy off with bow high.
Sheesh.
21. That's a hit. And were you doing the same one or a different one?
Same one. I want to try and finish him off.
So
And then lightning attack looks to only be 3 SP, so I could actually rapid reload again.
okay. It's not enough to drop him, but it's a good amount of damage. Bow high. This yam soldier in front of you just took 2 heavy shots from Luath.
Okay. When you're up in melee like this, I'm guessing that you can't generally cast spells. So I guess I'm just going to beat him with my gauntleted fists.
I like it.
I think actually you can.
Can
I
you?
don't know
Yeah.
the rules on that exactly.
I'm just gonna beat him in the face with my fist because I
I
can.
like it. 11 does
that
hit?
hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
These guys are
no stun points. Okay.
tanky.
I hope
Got,
that you actually pummel him.
Yeah.
Boom. 4 points of damage.
Ooh, that does not clear the armor though.
Ah! Ah!
All right, brawl.
All right, I'm gonna move up just a bit here,
Sure.
and there we go. All right, it doesn't want to let me move, but I'm gonna move up and take a shot.
Which one you shooting?
The one in front of Bohai.
Sure. 10 does not do it.
That's it for me.
Okay. Bart, you just attacked this one. So they're going to attack you back. I am going to use the take aim to increase my chance to hit.
All right.
Ooh, only a 7.
Bart's imposing will
Yeah.
scared him. Maybe, probably not.
Brawl, this one, you've moved up close enough. This one's going to close in on you. I'm going to do a
Yeah.
charge on this. 15.
That's gonna hit.
8 damage.
That's bad.
Bullreg just moves in a little bit. Takes a swing at you.
I remember you. You were the good one, right? Yes.
13, does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do... Yeah, I just got to do Mighty Blow for now. 10 damage.
Not as good this time. Not as good. Can't get me twice. Haha.
First in class is going to swing at you.
No, shit. Hills.
15 with 6 stun points.
Also hits. Good cheating with your stun points. We can all see it.
Oh,
And that guy,
no.
he's got your
16
number.
Oh, jeez, man. Stop it. You're such a dick.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm not a half yet. I'm not bloodied.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you must have a mountain of health.
I do.
This one's going to move around, and they're going to just completely surround you, Bullrig.
Oh,
Yes, I will surround them.
Ooh, I rolled like
that
shit,
means-
though. It's only a 9.
Get that shit out of here. Go back to second grade, you piece of shit. Hills.
Bohai, this one tries to chop you with a sword. I swing a 10. You're muted.
I am an 11.
Oh, you're good.
Yep.
And Bart. Bullrig is completely surrounded. Only one of them's paying attention to you. Bullrig has definitely established himself as a threat.
I know.
I've got them right where I want them.
I guess I'll continue to try and kill at least one of them. I wish I had more attacks in a turn or something.
17 with 4
you
points.
could.
Let's see what I can do with that.
4 points. You can do a dual strike. Your attack is so
Oh,
strong
let's-
it affects 2 targets.
Let's do that. That way I can hit 2 people. I assume I'll hit just the 2 adjacent to me.
Yeah.
That's good damage.
13
too.
damage. Not bad damage.
All right. Bart is
The
not
one in
actually
front
goes
of you doesn't go down, and the one next to you hasn't taken any damage yet. But you hurt them both. That's a good swing. Bullrig, it's back to you.
Okay, enough of this. I've had enough. I'm tired. I'm going to have to show you how to do this properly. So the one I've been attacking. Okay, you. I feel bad to do this because you've been really trying. I'm going to swing. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
That's 15 damage.
That is going to be lethal as you cave this
Nice.
yam, and they just collapse into a mesh of like steel and sweet potato flesh.
Seers do not get degrees in my house. Get your ass out of my face.
All right, one down, Luaith.
All right. Well, we'll try and clear off this guy who's on top of Bohai. I'm hoping he's pretty close to down.
Yeah. 11 hits. You get one
Okay.
stunt point.
Rapid reload.
Sure. 15 damage. That does the trick. The shot takes him. And down he goes. 2 down. Bohai. Luaith just killed the one in front of you.
All right. Seeing that Bullreg is surrounded there, I am going to I am going to cast something good, something great. How about I use Shock Blast. Can I arrange it so it just catches the last 2 on the edge? Well, Bart's there. That's not going to work. Yeah, screw it. I'll just throw a lightning bolt at the one that's opposite Bullreg there.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
You got that
He
damn
hates you,
luck.
man.
Yeah.
No, I think the one has turned his eyes on me. He doesn't
Okay.
like this area, apparently.
Yeah.
You have not eaten enough flesh. That is the problem.
I think that
You're
could
the
be it.
poop hills. You get back to me when you leave.
Yeah. Brawl.
All right. I'm going to drop my short bow, pull up my short sword, and stab at this dude.
Sure. 13's a hit.
All right. And their dex is less than a 2.
Their dex is a 1. So, yes, that is
All right,
correct.
Awesome. So I get an extra d6.
9 damage.
9 points. Yep.
Okay. Doesn't do much, but it does do
Yep.
something.
Yep.
Definitely their armor soaks up a lot of that. Bart, the one you're engaged with, is going to swing.
Oh,
12?
that's a miss.
Okay. Brawl, you are now fighting this one. 13.
That will hit.
All right, and he hits you for 6 damage.
That's fine.
Back to Bullreg.
Well, I think you have 2 to attack me, yes?
What's that?
You mean back to your guys that are attacking
Yeah,
Bullreg,
yeah,
yes?
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's what I thought. We
Yeah.
were on the same page.
Yeah.
Yes.
14.
No, I'm sorry. Nope, that's good. Yes.
Okay. It's only 6 damage. I doubt that clears your armor. Yeah.
Get your puny swing off of me. Now that I have
First.
killed one of yours, I am reinvigorated.
Yeah, first in class slipping. All right. The one south of you is going to swing as well.
Failed to piss him off.
Ooh, yeah, 17.
Oof.
What the hell, man? I thought we were friends. What the?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to do dual strike on this.
Fair.
Bart, does a 17 hit you?
Does. Yep.
All right. You each take 17 damage.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Man.
We go down to Bart. Your turn.
I realize that I forgot to mention that all my damage is penetrating.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
should-
that will make a difference. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to, we'll make sure to remember that. 14 hits, 3 stunt points. The one you have been attacking?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess let's try and do a lightning attack with it.
What does that do? You just get an extra attack. Yeah. You make a second attack against the same or a different enemy.
Yeah, we'll do the same one.
Okay.
So do that.
And that is penetrating. Oh, shit. I don't know what happened.
For some reason my rolls came in out of order, it looks like.
Okay.
I don't know actually now.
Attack damage. All right, 11 damage. Penetrating. And then your you don't need to roll like actually you do.
Yeah,
I did.
so lightning attack costs less, but you do have to make a new attack roll. Dual strike lets you keep the attack roll.
Yeah, your 12 does hit. So the second, God dang it, I clicked damage. I need to.
And I already have it.
Yeah,
although for some reason my damage roll has more things in it this time around than it normally does.
Yeah, the stunt die would be in there.
Okay. Well, I'm going to adjust. Okay.
I don't know why my heavy blades is not normally in my damage.
I don't know. Even if we were to drop heavy blades and stunt die, you still do enough damage to slay this one.
Yay!
It could be because I was trying to click. I was clicking damage when you should have. Because I was going for apply damage and it shifted it up and I clicked the wrong thing. So I think that's what was going sideways on that. I was being impatient. Bullrig.
I don't know.
Just dropped one next to you.
Okay. Now I'm really mad. I'm very upset. 1 second. And just like a whole chunk of blood comes out.
Yeah.
Right over Bart because I didn't see him. And then I will attack whichever one looks worse for where.
The lower one.
Okay. I'll turn.
The top
I'll be
one
like,
hasn't been
okay.
hit yet.
Okay. Yeah, it's taking a little bit of damage.
Bart should have hit it. Yeah, Bart
Yeah,
hit it.
that one has taken damage, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now stay still. So I'm going to swing. That's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Must be nice to roll stunt points. 12 damage.
12 damage is good. Pour my beer. Yeah. All right, yeah, 12 damage. It's not going to be enough to drop him, but it does put some hurt on him. Luath. There's one in front of Brawl. And then
somebody made Bullrig bleed his own blood.
Yeah.
I guess,
It's true.
better put a bullet in him because that's scary.
No, don't shoot me. What the hell? Jeez.
No, the one who made you bleed.
Put him down.
God.
19's a hit. So are you wanting the one that did that big hit of damage on Bullrig?
The one who's wounded to the south.
Okay, cool. All right, give me that damage.
A 6, a 1, and a 1. Curses. And that's still 15.
damage.
Okay, 15 damage. Doesn't take him. Definitely, you can see worse for the wear. Bohai.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to run over.
Yeah.
And I am going to heal everybody there.
Even the enemy?
Well, no, just friends.
Okay.
I'm going to use Healing Aura.
Sure.
I can pick the targets of the twice my willpower, so I'll pick Bullrig and Bart there.
Sure.
I will spend 3 magic points, so each of you can take 3d6 of healing.
Ooh.
Do you need
Very
to
nice.
roll anything on that, or does it just happen?
What is healing? It has a TN, so I do have to roll it.
Okay.
Here we go. Boom. Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
God damn.
Oh!
Chat, we need someone to
Sorry.
buy Bohai some banked rerolls, because good God.
You come up to the group of us and offer your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yes, Bohai has come to heal us.
There we
I
go.
feel-
Melissa got you.
I feel
Bohai,
better.
reroll that.
Jeez.
Thank you, Melissa. That's fantastic.
Thank you. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. No, the one has just turned his eye on the shithills.
You got to do a
Wants nothing to
sacrifice,
do
or
with
you
it.
got to get out of the
Oh,
shit.
gosh.
Something.
Something.
You know,
The
Ooh.
shithills needs a good flush
It
before
does.
the one will turn his eye this way.
Great
Brawl.
blood.
All right. Short sword, stabby stab.
It's just too obscene for him to even look at.
11 does hit.
All right. Excellent.
This one hasn't taken a lot of damage.
Nope.
13. Chunk of that goes through. Okay.
Just nickel and diamond.
Got to do something, right?
That's right.
This one's going to swing right back at you.
Fair.
10.
That will miss.
Okay. All right. Back to the swings on Bullrig.
Yep.
This one does.
Sounds like an AM jazz station on Saturday evenings.
16 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
10 damage.
Okay, I'm good. I'm fine. Had worse. Had a lot worse.
This one here, it is surrounded.
Now swing at me, you little
Yeah.
bitch. Come on, let's go.
Like, tactically, I think focusing on Bullrig is the way to go.
I don't think that's ever a good tactic. Come at me.
12.
Yeah, that will hit.
10 damage.
Yep, that's a good one. Yep, got me right in the elbow. That's, yep. Mhm.
All right.
Jeez.
Bart.
Get your funny bone?
I guess I'll try and move on to the next
So
one.
this is a 3-to-1. So I think that's a +2.
Okay,
So if
I
you-
will also aim.
Okay. Then make it a +4 then. So right click on the die for rolling that. You can put in the modifier there.
Where are you? Oh, yeah. Just 2 or +2. Sometimes adding the +2 messes things up.
It should be well, you get a +2 for that, and then I'm sorry, aiming gives you a +1. It'll be a +3.
Okay.
So just a roll modifier +3.
Okay.
You figured it out. Yeah. 15 hits.
Yeah. Could use some stunt points sometime.
Yeah.
10 damage.
Right.
And that is
I totally
piercing.
agree.
Ooh. Bart, thanks to piercing, that finishes the job.
Hooray!
2
Yes.
remain.
I
Bullrig,
guess
yeah.
I will move up.
Okay.
If
You want
I-
to shift up?
Yeah.
That will help Bullrig out. Bullrig, you'll get a +1 on this for being 2-to-1.
Okay. Listen. I forgot what I was going to say. You've hit me in my head too many times. I'm going to swing at you now.
Stop trying to chin block.
Stop it. Stay still. And I'm just like reaching out this hand to try to just grab. Stop moving. Stop it.
All
And
three of you.
then
Ooh.
aim plus another one for. Okay. Oh, look at that. I got the whole 1 stun point. That's
19
so
with
great.
1
I'm
stunt
so
point.
happy. That's awesome. That's just super. So yay. Let's see. I will stay aware, I suppose. That's the only one that makes sense.
Sure.
And damage of 14.
14 damage. Click apply. Okay, this is the first damage this one has taken, so it's still in pretty good shape.
And then I failed my perception because there's too much blood in my eyes.
Yeah.
Fair.
Those forehead cuts, they bleed a lot. Loith.
Let's see. All right, now we're back up to that one's outnumbered up there. He's a little crowded. I didn't get a rapid reload on my rifle this time,
Yeah.
so I'll kind of come up this way, angle it just right, bring out my blunderbuss.
I get a shot on the one in front of Brawl.
Yep, that's
Cool.
the plan.
11 does hit. These guys don't
Nice.
have a lot of defense. They got low AC or low dexterity.
Now, on rapid reload, do you have to rapid reload the weapon you're using, or could you choose to rapid reload a different weapon? For example, could I use that stun point to reload my arquebus instead?
It says you can immediately reload a missile weapon.
All right,
so I
then.
would say,
So
yeah.
I'll rapid reload my arquebus, and meanwhile, I'll put some piercing on this guy that I'm shooting
Sure.
right now.
That will definitely help.
Okay,
12 damage.
12 piercing.
12 damage with piercing. That will help.
Are you trying to tell me that you can't use your shotgun for a pinpoint attack?
Okay.
He's got less
Slugs.
sticks
He's
and-
shooting slugs.
Yeah, that's it.
Bohai,
I'm gonna try the healing again. I guess
you got it. I believe in you.
I guess. Well, apparently the
One
one
of these
doesn't believe
times,
in me.
it's
gotta work.
That's,
Maybe you got to get Conan on it.
Give us a quick prayer to the one. Oh, 14, you got it. Or
no,
you
it's a
don't.
miss.
Oh, that hurts. I am definitely noticing a kind of disconnect in
Yeah.
capability between casting and melee.
Yeah, because
Yep.
our melee or combat TNs are versus their decks, but his casting checks are versus a preset TN
Yep.
that is
Mhm.
higher.
Yeah.
And I think that the idea was that the trade-off would be is that a lot of the magic stuff is penetrating, so it ignores the armor rating. But
That
like if
doesn't
it doesn't
do-
go off, yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
do that great. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely noticing that disconnect. All right. Brawl.
All right. I'm gonna
Finish him.
keep stabbing. Yeah, I'm just sawing away at him.
13
That's a
hits.
Do.
11 damage. Not going to do the job, but you're getting them there. Nickel and dime.
Yep.
All right.
It's time for first class.
This one
Oh, not yet.
swings back at you. 9. It's going to miss, right? Against you, John.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then Bohai. Yeah, this one's going to keep focusing on you. You are definitely.
I ain't hear no bell.
Actually, Bart
You're
has
hearing a lot of
killed
bells.
2 of these.
Yeah. Bart,
No.
I've killed 2 of them.
Yeah,
I've
Bart,
done
they're
more
swinging
damage.
at you. 13.
That's a miss.
Okay.
See, you're a dummy. You swung at me.
Bart,
Maybe Bart could finish the fight.
19
Oh,
hits.
look at Bart go.
That's a good roll.
still no stud.
Oh, that damage.
Oh.
Oof.
You got piercing. Even with piercing, that's.
Yeah.
Terrible damage.
It's
There we
more
go.
about the
That's-
flourish that pulled
the
the
Dan
damage
roll we've been
away
looking
from
for.
Bullrig.
Ah,
Yeah. Couple points of damage carry through. Bullrig.
Okay. Where is he? Points. I cannot see points. Cut me, Mick. Cut me.
just turn you towards him. Just swing.
Okay, here I go. I hope this isn't boy. I'll take aim. Get my
It's
little
2-1.
+1 for that. That is a 20. Hey, look at
20
that.
is a
No
good hit.
doubles again. That's awesome. Yay.
Mhm.
12 points of damage. Could do anything fun.
Doesn't drop him.
Mm-mm. Got him.
Got
Got
him.
him good.
Luis. What do you got?
I mean, I'm hearing Bullrig say he's got the one in front of him, so he's fine. I believe him. So I'll keep shooting the one
Sure.
in front of Brawl.
16 hits. Ooh, 15 damage. This is lethal
Nice.
as you drop the one in front of Brawl.
Appreciated.
Of course. I bravely support from the rear.
Bohai, 1 remains.
Gently, confidently.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to spam that healing again.
Go for it. You'll get it eventually. A broken clock is right at least twice a day.
It's like trying to get the lighter to go off and it
Yeah.
just won't.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
fucking Christ.
That's a
I mean, well,
success.
looking at it, I've got to roll better. Oh, how is that a success?
That's
Oh,
because
it's
you're
wrong
doing healing
spell.
touch. Oh,
Healing touch. Sorry, let me redo that.
I mean, maybe you stick with that.
yeah.
There, I
you
got
could
it.
just
There we
step
go.
forward. Okay,
There we
all
go. 3d6. Actually, this can catch Luath as well. So Luath, Bulreg, and
Bart.
All three of you. I'll
Nice.
throw my. Yeah, there we go.
I got almost all my health back.
Nice. There you go.
Same for me.
I mean, I'm just gonna pretend like, ow, I was hurt. No, I feel better.
Brawl, you're up.
Can I move up and get up on that up in that fun over there?
You know what? Yeah. If you take up right there. We
Ooh,
both moved you. There you go. Yeah, you're good.
There we go. All right. And I'll give it a stab.
And this is now 3-1.
That's gonna miss.
That is not enough.
But look, triples.
Hey, you got stunt points. That's cool.
Well, how much of a bonus does he
It'd be a
get
10.
for 3-1? Does he get
That's
like
a
a plus two?
That plus
So does
2.
a 10 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Makes it a 10. No.
You got to hit 11
Oh.
on these guys.
So close. So
All right.
close. First class. Bring it on.
This
But don't
dude's
really-
getting disoriented. I want to roll this.
Come on. I
Bullrig
ain't him no
swings
bell.
at you.
Come on, man.
7 to hit. That's
Get
it.
that shit out of here.
I mean, look, I'm not saying we should recruit some sort of yam bastard to the team, but if we had to, this guy.
I mean,
That's
he'd be
tough.
the
This is the
one.
guy.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Bart, you swing with the sword. 16 hits, 3 stunt points.
Let's see if we kill him, and then
His
we'll
name-
decide.
Yurt Russell.
What are you doing with your stunt points?
If this kill, I might just attack him again. If this doesn't kill him,
All right. This is going to be half damage. So, bam. Doesn't kill him.
Dang.
Gonna do your lightning strike.
Yep. Need to penetrate more.
Sure.
Oh,
Fuck. 20 hits.
Die.
Bart is showing off
Baby.
some skills this
Yeah.
fight.
Oh, he's got 1 hit point left.
Oh, come on. It's so close.
Bullrig, you're up.
He's set up for you.
Okay. Where is he? Where? But I can't echolocate.
Use your
My face.
smell.
But
Turn towards
yes,
the sound of my voice and then a little to your left.
I smell greasy carbohydrates to the north. That's where I will swing.
That's wonderful.
All right, so it's with aim, it'll be a +3 total. That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Miss.
You cannot fail.
Okay, listen. I'm going to offer you terms before I kill you. The terms is that just getting a dead 20 damage.
Oh, God.
There's your
So
doubles.
much damage.
Yeah, you obliterate this dude.
First is let's.
Combat is over. They
I
are all
didn't even go
slain.
to school.
Switch back to this, and then I need to change.
You've graduated him from life.
All right, they are all slain.
School's out for the summer.
I'm going to delete their.
Guys, I'm
corpses.
just going to take just a quick breather. Just one sec.
Yeah,
One
sounds
sec.
good. Hey, I discovered there's a little button that right next to your health that lets you do that.
Yes, the briefcase.
The briefcase. It's
Oh.
interesting.
It's
That's neat.
The what with the who?
Yeah, there's a little.
Yeah, right above your health, just click on the briefcase.
Check that out.
Yeah.
How often can we do that?
I don't
After every combat.
remember. Nice.
Catch your breath.
Oh, that's nice. I'll take it too, just because why not?
Yeah.
I like
I'm not
pretend to
even below
clench my
50.
ribs. Like,
If anybody
ooh,
needs
ah.
further healing, I still have a couple of power points left. I can.
I'm full. I'm good.
How bad are you,
Sorry.
Bullrig?
well, I'm back above. I'm no longer bloodied, so there's that. But I have a few bruises. Considerable in size. They're probably bigger than Bart, actually.
2d6
Oh,
worth.
thank you, Bahai, and thank the one
I'm
for his.
gonna. Go ahead.
No,
Should I get a message
fine.
back from the one saying, sorry, was on the toilet at the time.
So
How
what
coincidental, because we're in the shithole.
Yeah.
I mean, it checks out.
Brawl, what was that intelligence roll for?
I was gonna try to do some actual medicine.
Oh,
'Cause that's
sure.
the thing. I just gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah. Because
I know it's
roll.
it's like an intelligence check.
Bullrick's just gonna take a piece of his forehead bone out and be like, I hope this isn't necessary. Does it leave a mark? You think you took super glue? Would that be fine?
Just put it up there and we'll put some cloth around it. It's like it's good as new. Good as new.
just rub some beetle juice on it. You're fine.
Beetlejuice?
So yeah, heal checks can be
Heal juice.
done in combat. It is a TN 11 intelligence check, and if successful, you get back amount of health equal to my stunt die plus my intelligence. So
5?
yeah, I believe so.
Milrig, another 5.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're
it goes
welcome.
right here. There it goes. Snaps back into place.
That's great. So I rolled a couple tests for these beetles during the time. And they're very well trained. So they didn't get the signal from the driver to move forward. So during this entire combat, they've just been sitting there. They're all harnessed up to this wagon.
Well, that's encouraging, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we can wander around this wagon and see what sort of terrifying thing is inside of it.
Nobody press any buttons. Like, I'm all for us looking at it. No.
Oh, come on!
I'm joking. I would.
Do you see those people back there? They used to be people. Now they're skeletons. Like,
Are you trying to say skeletons aren't people?
no, I'm. Hey, skeletons are beautiful. Skeletons are great. I've got a
Just not
skeleton
people.
inside of me. The skeletons are
You
just
let it
demeated
out.
people. Okay, the demeated people, but they're still people.
Well, they're
Okay.
just people. Why do we have to distinguish?
I'm not disagreeing with you, okay? I'm just saying I don't want to press the fucking button because I like having skin.
No, I agree with the button thing. I'm just
You're
saying.
phrasing.
It is
You're
true.
phrasing.
If one doesn't have the meat, you can't do the poop.
I didn't realize he was so prejudiced. I don't know if my mother is going to be interested after all.
Just don't press the fucking buttons.
It is okay. Don't worry. She is also old, so she has some questionable positions on things as well.
Thank God.
Being from the Skeleton Socialist Republic, can I have a look at it to see if I can determine anything about it?
About the dude?
About the machine.
Yeah, you may know more about it than I do.
Yeah, especially
check the
since
dude
it
over.
might be written in our language, on the outside,
So-
anything like that. Is there a user's manual somewhere?
There's not. First thing first, this thing looks like the same kind of thing you found in that submarine.
Yeah.
It does look like it's been through some modification.
Ooh.
I don't know if I need to.
Yam-based modification.
Yeah, give me that intelligence test.
Ooh, look at that.
15. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, some very.
Now you're getting those 15s.
Yeah,
Now you're getting
yeah.
the 15s.
Yeah, like you put YAM-based modifications. You're looking at it. You can tell by the way, it's the. Like you can tell when old electronics have been modified, it went from them, especially, hex bits to just regular old, like little Phillips screwdriver screws in there. You can see it's got some organic kind of like almost components tied in. You can see that there is in fact a side panel that's been kind of installed with a latch on it that could be removed. Like you could flip the latch and open up this thing. But with your 15, that would be dangerous and could potentially expose you to the strange radiations inside this thing.
Yam technology has been invoked here. It seems like our technology has been hacked with. It might, there might be even safety precautions. If we were to tamper with it, it might yamify everything in the vicinity. We wouldn't want that.
No.
Is there any way to safely destroy it?
Let's see if this thing had any notes on it. The one in the lab coat.
Yeah.
You know, scientists keep notes.
I'll take a look at
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, searching through his person, you find a notebook, small notebook, like, you know, little moleskin or some shit, full of equations, notes, schematics of like hand-drawn schematics of this thing, internal components. I'm gonna guess at a very scientific engineering point, like Bohai is smart, spellcaster, learned. But this is definitely in the, you know, engineering field rather than the arcane field. So Bohai, you can kind of get a gist of what it is, but I don't think it's going to be good enough for you to be able to do
We need a
anything
specialist.
significant with this. But two things you're going to find are, one, it's kind of like a map of the rift. And it seems to show like a network of lines. You know, there's not roads there, and you're guessing that these are tunnel maps, essentially. Yeah.
Yam network.
The other one is, I'll just show it to you. I'm going to show all players, but Bohai, I would like you to describe this.
Okay, so is this the city there?
That is, yeah, looking at it, it's very identifiable as the metropolis.
Right. Right. So it looks to me like it is a point of impact diagram targeting this fair city and showing how much this weapon is going to expand out and upwards of the city for a very, very large location. To cover just about the entire city and into the mountains and forests below it.
Stream, just so you can kind of see the map real quick. I'm going to switch us back because we're not all in the right positions on that one. And we're back. But yeah.
I do notice something interesting, though.
Yeah.
If we take that line at the bottom to be ground, the effects of the instrument do not penetrate the ground.
Hmm. So we need to have underground shelters?
Or we just bury it deep enough.
Or we could set it off
Shit.
underground.
Like, is there enough shit in the shit hills to safely detonate this?
There's so much shit you'd not believe it as he wipes the blood and bits off his face. There's just so much. It's crazy.
You just wipe shit.
I can't tell if this is my bone or if it's one of theirs.
I don't think
know,
they have
but
bones, so
there's a lot.
probably yours.
Throwing it out there real quick. If you do kind of search through those Yam soldiers, the armor was kind of like integrated into their yammy flesh, but they were each wielding a pretty decent longsword. Let me make sure of that. I deleted them.
Well, Bullreg's trying to see where that bone goes. Oh, well, if it's not theirs, then crap. Where did it come from?
They each had a pretty decent longsword on them. Bohai, you got a 15. I think that's good enough. I'm gonna hop us all over to the Rift map. Looking at these tunnels, there is definitely a nexus. A lot of lines, very large lines, all are taking directly to the Temple of Russell, like a spider's web expanding out from there.
I wonder what's behind these larger doors down here then.
You know, I'm curious about that, but I also feel like we should guarantee that this information gets back to like the orc army
To start with, yeah.
Yeah. So we go back up. We share the news. We get ourselves fighting
we're not-
fit.
Hold on. We're not going to just leave this missile here, are we? I mean, in the time we're
Kid could find
gone,
it.
something
Oh.
could come by and take it.
Yeah, we
Yes,
should
a kid
take
could
this
find
with
it.
us. Yeah. Somehow.
So we're at time. So I'm going to tell you this: if that's what you want to do, Bullrig, despite the changes on these beetles, they still seem to be tame and trained. So you could certainly use them to haul this back.
Yeah, we'll do that, and also feel guilty then about smashing all the baby ones before. But
No,
I'll
dude,
also
you-
say,
No, you,
Yes,
you,
Lloyd?
you don't. You don't need to feel bad. You were doing good.
You were doing
Yes.
the best you could with the information you had at the time.
that is right. That is
Yeah.
well said. I forgot what your name is, though. My head is just killing me right now. Are we gonna fight the
Buddy.
big thing now? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better.
Not yet.
No, I think I can take it. Yeah, it should be fine.
Bohai, give me one more intelligence test.
One more test. All right. Come on. Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
6 stun points.
Yeah, guessing at where you are and how far you've traveled, these heavy lines, kind of the center supports of like the spider web kind of map, it seems like these double doors are kind of blocking off the path, one of the paths leading directly to the temple. So,
So we have a back door to the Temple of Russell, it appears.
Maybe we can get some other people to look at this device. Maybe we can find a way to turn it against the yams.
I mean, there's that whole like there's all sorts of technology dudes up at the metro. There's like the elemental armory or something like that.
Oh,
Perhaps
I
we
mean,
could
we-
turn it into
with-
like a Yamacide.
with this information, we might be able to get them on our side.
okay.
Want them on the side? Yeah, nuts.
Sometimes you gotta use what allies you can.
Yeah, the enemy of the enemy and all that.
So looking at the
Enemy of my
scientists,
enemy is just another enemy. Right? That's the same?
I mean, maybe not.
Bohai, what was your question about the scientist?
was the scientist a yammed skeleton, or was it a yammed something else?
It was a yammed something else. Like if you spend some time to really inspect the body, proportions are all wrong. You kind of where the bone would have been exposed through your attacks, rather than exposing actual bones, it's like, you know, thicker stalks of like this yam vine, branches.
Can I
inside- yeah.
Could I make a conclusion that perhaps it was a skeleton that was turned into a creature that was then yammed, like we saw in the two cells?
That seems like a kind of a stretch there.
Because what Bohai is thinking looking at this is that we haven't experienced yet this that I know of, but it looks like once something is yammed, the yams have that thing's collective thoughts. Because if it yammed a scientist to get the knowledge of this weapon that's a skeleton socialist group weapon, and could use that information to incorporate the yam tech, that's
So
that's
your-
problematic.
Your fights with the Yambies, at one point, one of you did kind of do a crude autopsy, and you could find that there was a central kind of hub, you know, brain kind of thing in the head cavity, in the skull. So, you know, it's kind of hard to tell with this. It's definitely doesn't
Well, it
have,
had to have.
Could, or
Yeah.
The
it
yams
could
had
be
to have gotten the knowledge to
somehow.
do
pure
this
evolved
somehow.
yam.
Yeah, could be that too.
So, my question is going to be, what all do you want to do next session?
Lead an army through the gates into the heart of the Ant Kingdom.
Still have the giant yammy golem to contend with.
We could speak to Lord Cat Bandana and see if there are any orcish soldiers ready to go. I checked my notes. That's his name.
Good.
Yep. Yeah. we find where that piece of bone is supposed to go on Bullrig. Let him catch his breath. And then, yeah, of course, we just plunge as deep into this hole as we can.
I figured it out. Kneecap.
Oh shit! You're right. Look at that.
Just tuck it right back in.
Oh, no.
That's why my leg was not. It's not supposed to bend that way. Weird.
Okay. I've got my notes. Let's wrap this up then. Jeff, what do you got happening this week?
Yeah, man. Friday, playing some Hunter the Reckoning, continuing our campaign there. Saturday, we're back to One Ring, a second edition. Monday, we'll be back to Holler. You can see a bunch of the folks on here in that game. And then Tuesday, we got a new game run by our friend Steven.
Yeah.
He's running us through Haunted West every Tuesday.
Nice.
Which is another one of those weird West games. Good times.
Very cool.
Never get enough of those.
Yeah, there you go. Jeremy, what do you want to talk about?
And raise some Patreon. You've got comics, 5e assets, maps, other fun stuff. Check it out.
Very cool. John, you got anything happening?
I do, theoretically, provided health stays good. Tomorrow night over on Slices and Dices, I'm going to be running Savage Rifts. The group is about to have their first real encounter with the Zidix bugs during a ley line storm, so should be lots of fun for them.
Nice. Bert.
Well, health being what it is, we may or may not have a game this Friday on twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. If we do, it's probably going to be a fill-in game as our friend Dion is going to be off on vacation, so we'll probably do something in the interim. Saturday, Cyberpunk Red, my little sitcom/cyberpunk mashup. It has been a lot of fun so far. This Sunday should be some Shadowrun,
Nice.
second edition, using the actual Shadowrun system this time around.
Very cool. As far as Defenders go, tomorrow night, we're planning on doing a makeup session of our Through the Hedgerows, our Tales from the Loop campaign. We're waiting to see if Irene's going to be available. Friday night, you can catch Dan, John, and I playing some Dead Sun. That's our Dungeon Crawl Classics campaign right here. Saturday night, Jeff is unavailable, so no heart on Grim and Perilous. So I'm going to be running the crew. Jeremy and I will be over there. I'm going to be running the crew through some Tiny Dungeon. So checking out the Tiny D6 system. Yeah, that's what I got. I'll be hanging out with Bert and Jeff Sunday night. And I'll be hanging out with Jeff, Dan, Bert, and Jeremy Monday night. We'll be back here for some more Thunder Rift next Wednesday. That's all I got. So I guess until we see you next time, just don't push the button. Just don't push any buttons.
I just want to push one button. Just
And eat
one.
all the yams. Eat them all.
We're all gonna take turns pushing a different button.
It said
So one of us
delete
wins.
all. I said yes.
Oh God. All right. We'll catch y'all later. Deuces.